Shooting the Nighthawk chambered in 30 super carry. We're going to do some super scientific testing here. 100 grain jacketed hollow point going 1230. Remington HTP. Let's see if we like these results. Okay, so I wanted to give you my final thoughts at the beginning of the video, because I know a lot of people are going to say, you know, like me, I kind of didn't understand what the purpose of 30 super carry was. Now, first of all, in a single stack mag, I'm getting 12 instead of 10 because that's a smaller diameter bullet. You're getting less recoil, similar ballistics, and more capacity. So you might ask yourself, like, okay, those are actually three pretty good things. Now, of course, we're not going to know the effectiveness of this round as far as like self-defense is concerned until major companies start carrying it or police start carrying it or we get some good data back from the field. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with the round. Now, this is just the very beginning of this round, so that's something to keep in mind. But where I see it really taking off is it's already in some subcompact guns, but I see it's probably going to really take off in those subcompact guns. The more manufacturers that jump on board, not only in making the pistols, but in creating the rounds, I think we're going to see some really cool stuff. The other part that I thought would be excellent is if you were to put this round in a pistol caliber carbine. I don't know how many of these little rounds you could possibly fit into, you know, like a full-blown magazine, like, you know, something as long as like an MP5 magazine, something along those lines. I don't know how many of these little suckers you could get in there, but I'm thinking a lot. Plus, the gun started to impress me the further away I was shooting it. So, took it out to 50, you'll see some of that footage, but I also took it out to 100 a couple of times, and I was very impressed with the lack of holdover. I could pretty much still just put this gun right on, you know, a B-zone steel and be hitting those targets pretty good. So the velocity of these rounds coming out and kind of just their geometry really helps with all of that. But yeah, there wasn't a ton of holdover at 100 yards. So in my mind, I'm thinking of that in a pistol caliber carbine, and you could have a pretty effective little varmint gun, you know. Some of the bullets I shot, 100 grain rounds going 1,250 feet per second. We had some other hollow points. I can't really remember what they were, but I think I talk about it in the video. But anyways, at first I was skeptical. What the hell is the point? But then, after I shot about 200, 220 rounds through this gun, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And then switching back over to 9mm and then even 45 in the same day, it's like, wow, this thing's much nicer on your hands, you know. So anyways, very excellent little gun, and I really think that Nighthawk did a great job, of course, like, because they do a great job with everything. But very cool gun. I absolutely loved it, and we're going to auction this pup off. Presenting the Nighthawk Custom President. This is the 5-inch model, so it's a full government-sized gun, and it is chambered in 30 super carry. So you're seeing that really beautiful gold barrel they've got in there. Very nice. You've got lightning cuts on either side and on the top, so you can see that beautiful barrel in there. You've got a gold bead front dot sight, because why not? Just a big slap in the face to poor people. Now, this is the very aggressive texturing on these grip panels, which I really liked. Amazing trigger in this gun, of course, just like everything coming out of Nighthawk Custom. Now, you're seeing the plate here for the optic system, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to talk with you guys about this new bullet. So, the 30 Super Carry is a smaller diameter than a 9mm. So you can see on the left-hand side, we've got a 115 grain 9mm. On the right-hand side, we've got a 100 grain 30 Super Carry. So, very cool little round. I talk more about it in the video, but just wanted to show them to you right there. You're getting 12 rounds in a single stack magazine in this gun. The optics system is really amazing on these Nighthawk Customs. It takes them a while to do it, but you're you're really getting what you pay for here. So we've got one set screw. You're going to back that out a little bit. That will take tension off a crossbar pin that they've got in there. And I'm probably using the wrong name for that, but yeah, you got a little crossbar in there. You push that to the side, and then it should slide right off and fly onto your table. So this is the kind of the insert portion, and that slides directly onto the part of your slide that is protruding, basically. Now, this is what the crossbar looks like underneath, and you can see you just kind of put a little tension on that. So ours was cut for an RMR, and you can tell now that the rear sight has been moved to the front of the optic. A lot of people go back and forth on that. I like it because it keeps your optic from getting beat up by shells and also gives you some good co-witnessing you're seeing here. Now, the other cool thing about this is you can take this off and put on your regular sights and then throw this one back on and it holds 0. And we tried that a couple of times and it worked for us. Got a very cool one today. This is a Nighthawk Custom President. And the thing that makes this even cooler, if you can even do that, is that this gun is chambered in 30 super carry. So 30 super carry is a pretty new round. Here it is standing right next to a 9mm, so you can kind of see the difference there. A little bit thinner, obviously it's 30 cal. So what's the point? That's what you and a lot of people might be asking yourselves. Well, the biggest thing they've done is because it's only 30 caliber, they're able to stuff a ton more of these bullets in, particularly double stack mags. In single stack mags, your average 9mm single stack is between 9 and 10, and the 30 super carry in a single stack is 12. So you got more ammo. That's good. Again, in the double stacks, it's a lot more. Rounds cooking a little bit. It's a 100 grain round going 1250, which is pretty good in comparison to this 115 that's going about 1100. And people might say, okay, so it's good for people that are recoil sensitive. All right, I could take that. But also, you know, 9mm goes all the way down to 90 grain. These are some Lehigh 90 grains going, what do they say, 1,300 feet per second out of a 4-inch barrel. So if you got somebody that's recoil sensitive, you could just take those all the way down to 90 grains. Now, granted, you're not going to be training with these because they're expensive as hell. But what I'm getting at is, what's the point? So I think we're going to try to shoot it a little bit. I'm going to shoot it against a gun that is very close. This is a Nighthawk Warhawk, and this is chambered in 9mm. So it'll be about as close as you can get between these two guns in 30 carry or 30 super carry and 9mm. So I'm going to shoot some out of the 9mm real quick, and then right after that, I'm going to shoot the super carry. And we're going to see if I can notice any difference recoil-wise. So let's just do a couple here. I mean, the 9mm is just so amazing in the first place. It'd be hard to beat that, but let's see if it does. Okay, so you can tell. Let me let my microphone catch up. You can tell a difference. Is it like blow the doors off crazy difference? No, maybe 15%, something like that if I'm close. But there is a difference, and you're getting very, very similar ballistics. So, okay, I can see the recoil sensitive, but again, you could put some of those Lehighs in and they'd be just about the same. And actually, let's do that real fast while the camera's still running. I will shoot a couple 90 grains. And I make sure I don't accidentally put the wrong one in the wrong one here. That'd be a day ruiner. So, let's go 90 grains with the Lehigh. Okay. Yeah. The 90 grains are probably right at the same. So, if recoil sensitivity is the problem, again, you don't have to go all the way to a new caliber. You could just go down to 90 grain, but still, it's just the beginning of this caliber. I think this caliber has a long way to go, and they're of course going to completely jazz this up. Right now there's only a few companies that are making it in bulk, and even less that are making it in defensive rounds. So I do think these are really gonna catch on, particularly with like your micro compacts. You're getting, you know, you might get like up to 18 out of a micro compact, which is great if you know, maybe only had 12 to 15 before. But that's another thing that manufacturers are doing really well these days. They're just figuring out how to cram as many bullets as humanly possible in some of these little steel mags. So I think it's cool. Let's do some target transitions. Let's do some fast shooting and just kind of see if this thing stands up to the hype. Out here with the Nighthawk Custom President 30 Super Carry. Let's get some initial shots in and see what we think. We're at about 7 yards, 9 yards maybe. Recoil's nice. It's very manageable, obviously. I definitely like it. Well, it's hard not to like it when it's in a gun this rad. But anyways, let's do a couple transitions. Okay. I'm starting to get it. Let's get some more bullets. Okay, accidentally did a hole one without recording it, so there's that. Let's try a few more, do some transitions. I'm also going to run the timer a little bit here. Let's just do a couple singles on the timer, see what we get. I did not see my sights at all on that one. 1, 2, 4. $111. $116. Let's do some transitions. Okay, not quite. Try that one more time. Make sure I get the third one. $192 for 3. Let's see. Probably only got a couple left in here. 3 left in here. Let's do some headshots. Okay. How about a bill drill? Let's go. .73 for that bill drill. Pretty awful hits, and I did not see my red dot. So this next one I'm going to rapid fire and see if I can track my red dot throughout the recoil, which I think you should be able to with this 30 Super Carry. Recoil's pretty light. Yeah. So that whole time, through all 6 of those, I could see my red dot bouncing, and I could kind of keep tracking it. A lot of pistols, that's difficult because the recoil will take it right out of there, especially like some of the 45s, 1911 45, stuff like that. But pretty cool. I can kind of see what's going on. Let's do a couple. Let's just do a couple at distance and see what we get. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of these. Oh, at distance, I've got a target out at 50, and then I've got about a 8 and a 12. So let's start out at that 50 and see where this likes to be held. Okay, a little high if I'm aiming dead center, so. Okay. 10 out of 12 at 50 yards on a B-zone steel. I will take that all day. This is I'm starting to see some of the, it's a pretty flat shooting projectile. I'm starting to see some of the goods that are coming out of this little super carry. So let's try a little bit more. I don't want to shoot this gun too much because we're actually going to auction this thing off after this video. So I was only able to find about 250 rounds. So you guys will have a chance to win this pistol that's only had about 250 rounds through it and shot by Mr. Sawtooth. So let's screw around a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to miss the 50s, of course. There we go. Headshot. Headshot. Okay. Starting to get it. Gonna do a little walk and shoot with the Nighthawk President. This is just such a cool gun. A lot of people are gonna get mad at me for shooting this thing because a lot of people, if they could ever have the chance to get one of these, probably wouldn't shoot it. They would just be throwing it in a safe. But that's not what we do around here. We shoot these pups. So let's do it. Is that high? Oh, it went a little high. Okay. .209. All right. Wardrobe malfunctions. I'll take it.